green flag is out as Clinton Nichols gets the good start here. Larry Moody tries to go to the outside. I see Caleb Durgan way down at the bottom in the red car trying to make something happen. 3-car breakaway right now with the 07 of Preston Cranmer in that third position as he tries to work the extreme bottom. Working lap number 2, it's still Moody and Nichols, the top 2. Cranmer in second. Castleman went a little high that time in the 86. That opens up the inside for Caleb Durgan as he tries to get position number 4. I see Sweeteners Plus on the 43 of Clinton Nichols. Of course, they were a long-time supporter. Oh, and Nichols gets sideways. Into the side of him goes Cranmer, and that allows Moody to pull away in the 73. Durgan still in the 4th and final qualifying spot. Castleman and Newman are on the outside looking in positions 5 and 6, while Boydell sits back there in 7th. Love watching these late models go around the racetrack. I remember the first time I saw these cars. Oh, the second place car spins, goes around. That's Preston Cranmer, and that ends up being a gift for Caleb Durgan as he's going to get down on the inside and take over position number 2 away from Clinton Nichols. And now he gets sideways as he tries to hold on to second, but out in front, wow, Larry Moody has got this thing covered as we work lap number 5 of this 8-lap qualifier. Top 4, get in. That's how you get in to the feature. Look back at Caleb Durgan, who is sitting there in second place, and Clinton Nichols right there. And oh, we got a car around. That's the 43 of Nichols. He backs into the wall and flips it. So we're continuing lap number 6. Larry Moody, this has been all Larry Moody so far in the 73. Caleb Durgan has made his way up to second place from 5th. Benjamin Newman now 7th from 3rd, and Cody Castleman is also in the last qualifying spot as we are on lap number 8. Remember, top 4 get in, everybody else will go to the consolation race, and I see our leader catching up on the slower car of Chris Whipple. Chris was a gentleman there and let him go by with his damaged race car. Larry Moody in the 73 wins the B-Fins qualifying heat, and he will be starting in the number 2 spot later on. Caleb Durgan ends up 2nd, Benjamin Newman 3rd, and Cody Castleman rounds out the qualifiers. So a good heat race there in qualifier number 2. Easy one, so to speak, for Larry Moody as he pulls away, actually gets to lap some slower cars as well. He, Durgan, Newman, and Castleman are in. Boydell, Whipple, and Cranmer, along with Clinton Nichols, will all head to the consolation race. Next qualifying heat is up. Did you make it back, Joe?
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. We got you up and running over there. Been on the GForce TV YouTube side. I was talking to Spence there. Like I said, it's always got to make sure a few little things there. Just I know Roger was asking about on that one. Obviously, we was live over here on the OSR Network on Facebook. Appreciate you doing that there, Doug. You're right. We're up here in heat race number 3. I mean, iRacing League Manager. And the man himself, the VP here at GForce Racing League, Preston Cranmer, is the man behind that program.
Nice.
And I tell you, it's an awesome program that they use here. It's in beta, but it's about to come out live here soon.
Oh, nice. That's great. Remember, if you run or manage an iRacing League, let iRacing League Manager make it easier for you. Go to IRLM.com for more information. IRLM.com. I think it's IRLM. I got you confused now. Sorry, Joe. 7 cars ready to go in this one. I had you confused there for a second. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Let's bring up the grid here real quick now because we've got 7 drivers out here. I don't know if Roger's actually not going to mess. There's actually 6 drivers out here that's going to be starting out here on this one.
Yeah, 8 laps again, the distance. Top 4 is how you get in. Willie Howells and Nicholas Vickery, a couple of names we know well there at the front of the field. K.S. Kacharik is in the 999. Kyle Parker is in the 013. He is 3rd in the points, just 88 back, so he's looking for a good night. Stephen Goldner, who we saw the other night, do very well on Monday. He is in the 30. Andrew Smith is in the 79. So it'll be 6 cars, 4 of which will get to go in. The others will head to the dreaded consolation race.
And my understanding is K.S. Kacharik.
As
far as I know now. I mean, obviously I could be wrong because, you know, me and pronouncing last names sometimes are there, but I've always said Kukarik, and they've not corrected me yet. So
Kukarik it is.
I guess I could be wrong, but either way, pace trucks in.
Let us know if you know differently. Send us a message, and we'll make sure we get it right. Okay,
Roger, if you're listening out there, hey, let us know. But I tell you what, 3-wide battle already for 4th place. Remember, that's the transfer. Andrew Smith just barely hanging on to it right now. Never mind, Andrew Smith's in the
Out
wall.
in front. Oh. Nicholas Vickery had the thing wiggling a little bit too as he came off the corner that time. He's in second. He can see somebody down on the inside of him right now as they come off the corner. This is a good race out front. No runaway here.
No, it's not. Old Willie out there hanging on, but the battle's on for fourth. KS right there along with Kyle Parker. They're throwing sliders left and right. But you got to look back there. Stephen Goldner's outside looking in, seeing if he can't maybe climb up there just a little bit and try to sneak in as that fourth place. KS is there, but look at second place. Slide job there for Kyle Parker and Nicholas Vickery.
And Kyle Parker's right on the outside of him there, making sure that he doesn't have the room to do that. Kucharik is back there in fourth. I'm going to get that one. That's going to take me a little while. And, of course, Stephen Goldner, he won a championship the other night, didn't he?
He did. Old Steve right there pulling it off for the guys. I think it's the Renegade Series. I believe it was the one that he pulled it off.
I believe it was.
Those 360 sprints. Well, you see old KS right there. He's trying to move in, see if he can't get third place down low. But that brings the 30 machine of Steven. Steven's going to see if he can't sneak in here and grab that fourth place. Maybe a little mistake, but everybody's up top on that cushion.
3 laps to go, too, and you can see what Goldner's doing. He's trying to work the outside of Kucharik, but Kucharik is not going to give him that line, so Goldner's going to go low with 2 laps to go.
Yeah. Puts a slide job on him there on the insider. He's going to try it one. He's got that low line rumbling down there, but everybody's cooking up high there on the cushion. You can see the 999 machine there of KS. He's looking good so far, single file. That might not help out Steven for the moment if they stay single file, but like I said, they're all right now, Doug, traveling up and into the wall. That might help old Steven.
Yeah, Parker got in the wall. He lost 1, 2. We'll see if he loses 3 spots or not. This might be what Goldner needs. Down to the checkered they come, and it's going to be Howells, Vickery gets second, Kucharik in third, and Kyle Parker in fourth. Goldner just misses out.
Yeah, Steven tried right there to move in. Boy, I tell you what, it was a close one there as he, popped the wall just a little bit. If it maybe would have been another 2 laps or left, he might have been able to sneak in there, Steven. But that brings us up here to our B main. Toronto tickets, B main. And folks, don't let the name fool you here on what they are, because it did me for a little bit until I found out who they were. And Toronto tickets a very good company.
Yeah, because you hear the name at first, you think, okay, I'm going to get Blue Jay tickets, Argonauts, stuff like that. But no, they are North America's ticketing choice for major concerts, shows, and sporting events. Remember, Toronto tickets does not charge additional fees, so you pay what the ticket price is. Amazing. So get your fee-free tickets today and down the road as well from Toronto tickets.
Absolutely. Oh, what's up, LW? No, I didn't get a shot yet what's on the side there, but I tell you what, like you said, let's open the grid order here tonight for the Toronto tickets B main here, as these guys, man, are looking very, very outstanding. And like I said, again, appreciate everybody. GForce TV on YouTube, obviously the OSR Network over on Facebook. I always say pick your poison on which one, but I do appreciate these guys, GForce Racing League. As we're getting set here to go and run us through this, so we got 10 machines out here, and I think, well, actually, excuse me.
Actually, 8, yes. Yep.
8, my bad. I was looking at it again. So
yeah, Doug and Roger are doing other things, so don't pay attention to them if their names show up on your screen. This is a big one for Ryan Beagle. Remember, he's in the championship hunt here, too. He's 52 points back. He's going to start in a pole in the 84, so he needs a strong finish here, because everybody he stays ahead of is one more car he stays ahead of later. He's there with GJ Boydell, Stephen Goldner. There's Ludi Buisson. I'm going to try on that. Chris Whipple, Andrew Smith, Anthony Y. Scott, and Preston Cranmer are all there. And let me see, are they all going to get in?
I believe they are.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're all going to get in, so that's good.
I go back to I'm going to go back to my old thing. Three heats, 12 get in, unless there's only 20 cars for the main, and then we got to do 8, which then again still puts us in. Everybody gets in.
So these are 20 cars that start these.
I don't know if it's 20. I don't know if it's 20 or 24. I'm just going off of what we did that other time where it was 20 cars. So either way, if it is 20 cars or if it's 24, all 8's getting in. But green flag flies. We're racing here, Ryan Beagle, like you said. So basically, in a nutshell, this is going to be kind of like a test session, and already contact between the Ludo. He's upside down. No, it's not him upside down. Who was upside down?
Somebody was.
Whipple. Upside down, and I always like to say, Doug, looks like a dead turtle out there.
And these, you can say that with these, because yeah, you're right. Unlike the sprint cars, which look a little different when they're upside down. Yeah, so Ryan Beagle, this is simple for him. He wants to see what happens with his setup, run some good laps as he bounces it off the wall out front and allows everybody to catch up just a little bit. But that's what he needs to do. He needs an incident-free, learn something here, and be ready for the feature later on where he's going to need a good run if he wants to catch Steve Shaw.
Yeah, it is. Just get up our practice, see what line you like to do, up high, down low, or in the middle, and see what that setup's going to do. Right now, good battle going on around 4th and 5th. You see on the inside there, Anthony Scott. He's on the outside looking in, but Preston Cranmer right there, I tell you what, he's trying to see what he can do on old GJ. Boydell right there, he's going to throw a slider on the inside. So Preston looking strong, not going to be able to complete the slide job. Not yet. Oh, Boydell's in the wall.
He got the spot, though, and Bodell lost another spot as the 19 or the 39 got by as well. So tough lap for him right there, still out front. Beagle leading. Goldner. Oh, Beagle's bounced off the wall again as Goldner tries to chase him. A couple of guys who know what they're doing. We might have a race for the lead.
Yes, it does. Biting out there, if you want to get up with the GForceRL.com. That's the website you want to go to. GForceRL.com. Check those guys out if you want to be interested about getting into this lead, because right now, Stephen Goldner up front, he takes over Ryan Beagle. I always say, like I said, the Beagle Mobile out there, and boy, he is barking up the tree trying to see if he can't get this thing, man, for the win.
And do not count out Preston Cranmer either. He's in the mix now. They went 3 wide for a moment, but this is fun stuff out front right now as we are on the last lap.
Man, right there, you're right. 3-car battle up front for the...
Goldner with the win. Beagle in second. Cranmer in third. Anthony Scott in fourth as they come across with 2 more laps to go. We're working lap 9 this time.
Up front, you still got Preston Cranmer, white flag. Who's going to pull this thing off? Is Preston going to be able to make an inside slide job on the final turns? He's there, but no, he gets contact. Oh, Scott, that's going to help Steven out.
That is not what Ryan Beagle hoped would happen on that last lap, as he will fall to position 4. It'll be Goldner, Cranmer, Scott, and Beagle in the top 4. Also in Boydell, Buisson, Smith, and Whipple. Everybody in, and some very interesting qualifying heat races, Joe.
Yes, it is, and like we said right there, even though I know this was kind of a race for the actual, start of the feature here, real quick before we go to our national anthem. I know that was a race for but it also was a test session to show what these guys have got and what they definitely have got for the feature. But folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we're going to go into the feature tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, Dirt fans, welcome back here, and I tell you what, it is feature time here tonight, and that means Strickland GMC feature. Well, I'll tell you what, and this puts us into the final race of the season. We're going to crown a champions here in the Ashwekan Stream Team Bandit Series tonight. It's going to be a good one for the super late models. Tell us a little bit about old Strickland GMC.
They're up in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Go where the winners go. And when you get there, see Rick Scott from Strickland's GM. Used, new, whatever you need. They've got it. Get your non-virtual race cars to the track or help your friends with their moving projects. They can help you with all that stuff.
Absolutely. LW, you're right. I think as far as the tight as the battle is there, Ryan Beagle and Steven, I mean, Steven's going to have his work cut out here. He's still got a shot to take this championship here over Ryan, if I'm not wrong there, Doug.
Yeah, Shaw has a 52-point lead right now over Beagle, and Parker is third, 88 back. But Jeffrey Barker is seeing a clean racetrack as he takes off with Larry Moody outside of him. Green in the 25-lap late model feature.
And they're already 3 wide in the back, kind of mid-pack back there, slamming and bamming on the doors of each other. Slide jobs are happening too. They still 3 and 2 wide back there. And car upside down, one heading up into the flagpole. We got them all over the place.
Wow.
Doug, I tell you what, that was a pile-up car wreck, junkyard, whatever you want to call it. We watched it live. Anthony Scott was involved. Several. Kyle Parker was involved. Talib Duggan. But we had one car just barrel rolling down the front stretch. Another one almost went up to the grandstand there. And wow. What that did do, though, is it put Ryan Beagle back in 15th and Stephen Goldner still in 12th. So there's where we're going to end. I don't know what in the world. Who in the world? Kyle Parker. I don't know if you're looking at Kyle Parker right now, but that car's all jacked up.
Jeez.
And he was on the wall. Yeah.
Well, I was looking at it as it happened. Durgan caught the inside wall coming out of the corner and then moved up in front of everybody. And there's just no place for anybody else to go. Parker's already lost a lap in there, too. So things just changed a lot as Steve Shaw, again, with the point lead, and he's currently sitting in 7th right now. So he avoided all that. He's in the driver's seat. Let's see, where's Ryan Beagle? He's back a ways, too. He's in the 15th. So... yeah, so this is, we'll see what happens. Jeffrey Barker hasn't won a race, I believe, on this series all year, so he's out in front. He was fast at his qualifying, and I like the Delaware start. Larry Moody's right there with him. Now, are they actually doing Delaware starts here, Joe, or do they line up side by side, or is that an iRacing thing?
Okay, now, if I just sound kind of crazy and ask what in the world a Delaware start is?
Okay, like we go with a lot of late model series, World of Outlaws, the Delaware start, the leader has the front row to themselves. And then second place has choice on the inside or outside of the second row. That's a late model thing that they do on the series. Jeffrey Barker, though, he didn't need the Delaware start. Takes right off from where he left off. We're watching the race for second as Howells goes underneath Larry Moody.
Absolutely, everybody side by side. And I don't think that's maybe an option that they are able to do here in iRacing. They can either go single file or go side by side. But look at a 4-wide battle back here with the GJ Bordell and Stephen Goldner. Goldner is into the wall, and we got another car upside down. Caution is out. K.S. Kakarik is involved. Joe Backus is involved in that one. Well, these guys are just trying to just throw haymakers out here all night long.
Well, you figure these cars have the biggest footprint of anything that they race in the iRacing world. So they're longer, they're wider. You figure they're more likely to get together. But championship night, a lot of drivers getting very aggressive out there and bagging up a lot of virtual sheet metal right now.
Yeah, go on eBay. You can buy you some iRacing virtual fenders there. Maybe somebody will sign one for you. That's what I always say. Used parts coming out for sale. Now, like I said, you asked earlier about the restarts, and yes, I learn something new all the time when it comes to dirt racing. I'll admit, I'm learning when it comes to the dirt racing side. I'm more of a NASCAR style person. I can know a lot about it, but I do take it back to the old style of single file starts here. We do have that a lot here in the iRacing world and in dirt, and they do that as an option here. Now, what they can do is the leader could pick the option of he wants the outside or inside if they go double file. Mm-hmm. Now they can do that, but I don't think that here that they have the option to say, okay, the leader can be out front of the field, and then the second, third place can go inside, outside. I think it might actually black flag them here, so I'm not 100% sure. So.
And then what's to hold them back, right, Joe? I mean, how far back would second have to be? I could see how it could create problems in the virtual world.
Yeah,
Put it away.
yeah. So it's either or. I think kind of here. You're either going to have to be side by side restarts like we're going right now, or single file. As pace trucks in, we're going back green, and Jeffrey Barker. The one thing you do have as advantage of a leader is you've got that advantage to take off from the start and control the start, as they're already 3 and 4 wide, running about third place spot.
And I noticed Jeffrey's being protective here. He's going to the bottom and staying down there because he doesn't want to have anybody try a slide job on him and maybe get somehow in the mix. So sometimes that's a good way to start a race, is go to the bottom. Hey, there's the top. Go take it.
Well, right now you can see that top lane, man, rumbling. As you see, we're riding here with Daniel, who's sitting about the 4th place, but he got Nicholas Vickery down low. He's watching a 3-car slide job happening in front of him there. Wow.
What a race for third. Oh, off the bottom, Steve Shaw got it a little sideways and lost a little ground there, but he is now up to position number 3. Moody's still in 3rd. Oh, we got another yellow out here.
Yeah, so we got a huge one in the back. KS right there with Anthony Scott. Ludo, man, in the mix there with Kyle Parker. Let's watch the replay real quick. Didn't catch that one live. Oh, KS up into the wall a little bit. Maybe he just slingshotted off of it. I don't know if he actually was the cause or just was kind of a victim here. Let's see. I'm still watching this replay here as it transpires. And he's up there on the wall on the cushion, bouncing up. Oh, no, it happened in front of him there with the 72, and then KS just nowhere to go. Next thing you know, he's up into the wall crashing, several cars involved, and that's kind of what it looks like. What you said earlier, once they start wrecking here, you know, the old saying back in the pack there in the asphalt side of things, we have what we call self-cleaning tracks and non-cleaning tracks. And what I mean by that is, because really it doesn't apply a lot to dirt, is some tracks, if you wreck, the cars instantly go to the bottom of the track. That's what we call self-cleaning track. Sometimes, though, they shoot straight back up the track. Well, here, pretty much, you got to hope just to avoid it because they're just all in the middle of the track.
And usually with dirt tracks, they tend to clean to the high side because once you're out of control and you're spinning on the dirt, you're going to go in the direction that your momentum's carrying you, and that's usually up the racetrack. So probably 80 to 90% of dirt tracks clean to the high side. Is the way that works out.
That would be what we'd say a non-cleaning style track if they go to that high, because obviously you're coming back up on the racing surface. And you know, it's amazing. You'd think some tracks that you wouldn't think would be self-cleaning are, and some that aren't. So now they're going to the single file. We was talking about it earlier here, and this hugely benefits the leader because he's able just to control that start, get a jump out front and go. But boy, the battle's on around 4th and 5th right there with Daniel, Nicholas Vickery and company. And oh, they're already up into the wall. That's one trait here at Eldora you got to watch out for.
It's true. You're getting up to the wall. Sometimes you could not even be trying to, and next thing you know, you're pedaling trying to get off. And I'm watching the battle for second because Steve Shaw started this race in 10th place. Yes, he leads the points. He just needs a solid finish, yes. But like we talked about on Monday, there's no better way to win the championship than by winning the last race, as that battle for second rages on.
Yes, it is. He's going to try to throw a slider on the inside. You're talking about Steve Shaw. He's looking to take a championship and trying to take the win here. And Kyle, yeah, your air time looked pretty good out there. We'll give you a 9.2 out of that Richter scale. Right now, you see Steve Shaw digging down low, putting those, grits on if he can, trying to put a slide job to the inside of that 73 of Larry. But Larry's putting a fight on the outside.
He sure is. But while we're watching all this, I want to make sure we don't forget about Jeffrey Barker out front, though. I mean, he led every lap in his qualifying heat. He's led every lap so far. If anything, it looks like his lead is growing. Wow, what a nice performance for him tonight. Oh,
and he's looking to put that thing in victory lane. But right now, Larry Moody is not letting Steve Shaw.
No.
That's going to allow Jeffrey right there.
Oh.
Boy, I tell you, it's going to allow Jeffrey out front to sit and say, hey, look, y'all guys keep battling, and I'll keep just riding off into the sunset with this one.
Yeah, a friend of mine asked me about that, which says, why do you guys always say that? It's like, well, when people are running side by side, they don't have the entire racetrack to work with. So their lap times are going to be slower. Where Jeffrey out front, he can pick any lane he wants, and he's just fine.
And 3 laps to go. If he catches that white flag, won't matter. They can kill themselves on the track here. I've always said that. Oh, and they're already tagging each other back there around 4th place. Did you see you had the 00, and Nicholas went up there and said, hey, how you doing? See you later. We got one more lap to white flag here, and I tell you that to end this season, the late model's back there. Woo.
They're battling to talk with you in victory lane. That's big crash in the 4, 5, and 6.
Man, almost got to it. That looked like Larry Moody and all. We watched a little bit of what Larry Moody just tore it up there. We watched it live. That's going to essentially put us in a green-white checkered here. And again, I know everybody's like, Joe, what do you mean green-white checkered? There's dirt racing. What you talking about? Well, this season, they had to opt to do the green-white checkered. Now, for next season when we come back, it'll be the more traditional style of dirt track where caution laps will not count, which is what it is in real dirt racing. And the oval side, and the reason they went with the green-white checkered is it is a great feature that iRacing added, because what would have happened essentially here is this race would have ended under caution, and everybody likes to see a green flag finish.
Nobody likes that. It's just like, that was fun.
Yeah. And a lot of times what happened there too, Doug, it's really bad on the oval side, because it used to be with almost 5 laps or less to go, if a caution flew, the race was over. You were done. So you missed almost essentially 4 to 5 laps of the race if a caution came out. Now, in a nutshell, they can actually assign how many green-white checkered attempts they want. Now, obviously in NASCAR it's unlimited, but on the virtual side you want to kind of sometimes limit it. They might say 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3. I believe it's 2 attempts here. Might be 3. Roger can chime in on that one. But either way, they opted to do that here so that we could, obviously have a chance to get a green flag finish. But next season, iRacing has the ability to put don't count caution. So here we go, green flag's out. Jeffrey Barker's the man who's going to see if he can hang on to it. Already 3 wide for third.
And he's going right back to the bottom just like he did. We're watching second place, Steve Shaw, right now as the battle is for third, fourth, and fifth on the final lap.
That is, they come out of turn 4 here. You see Jeffrey, white flag is out. Now, like I said, and they're already wrecking in the back, it won't matter. I've always said, kill each other all you want, and they are. They are just tearing these cars apart. We got cars upside down. We got cars everywhere else. But watch Jeffrey Barker out of turn 4. He is going to win the Strickland GMC feature for the Bandit Series here for the season.
And Steve Shaw, with his second place finish after starting 10th, will solidify himself as the champion. He had a 52-point lead coming in, and he extended that here tonight. So congratulations to both Jeffrey Barker and Steve Shaw and all the rest of the drivers for a good race here tonight.
Well, it was outstanding here. As like you said, Jeffrey Barker going to pull this thing off. Steve Shaw going to be the champ here, like you was talking. Preston Kramer is going to come up in third. I tell you, that my hat's off to these guys. And it looked a little bit of crash derby out there, so to speak, a couple times. But hey, season finale, these guys wanted it, they got it. Let's can't bring up, wait till Preston gets up here. We'll bring up old third place man. Let's get a word for him. Actually, we'll just bring up Jeffrey Barker. You want to get a word with him there, Doug?
Oh, I can talk to him. Jeffrey, how you doing?
Go ahead now.
All right, Jeffrey, congratulations on the win tonight. Let every lap. Boy, that's the way you want to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the easy way.
Tell me about the line. I noticed on the restarts, particular, you did not want to go up top. Was that kind of a protective line you took so nobody could get underneath you and pull a slider?
Yeah, the top side was starting to look a little bit on the slick side, so I figured I'd give everybody a freebie up there if they wanted to try it and just stick to the bottom.
Fast all night. Did you just come in with a good setup right out of the box, or what was the big thing for you this evening?
Well, it was a fixed setup, so we all kind of had the same deal. But I caught my whoever started on the pole next to me in my heat race. I caught him sleeping real bad when I went green there, so I kind of got the pole position for free. And from there, it was just, staying low and hoping nobody got by.
Anybody you want to say thanks to, Jeffrey?
Oh, I always got to thank Doug's Dirt Diary on the side of the car.
I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Joe?
Well, I tell you what, like you just said, it was an outstanding job there by Jeffrey and pulling this victory off for the season finale here tonight. And Preston Kramer comes up in third. As we'll get a talk in with Preston because and normally we're a little bit out of order than what we normally would talk to the guys because Stephen Shaw pulled off the championship, and I always like talking to the champ, late.
Absolutely.
But we'll bring up Preston here and let's get a word with him. He's here.
Preston, are you there, sir?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Third place finish tonight, started 14th. Tell me about the race.
And I, going into that green-white checkered, I never expected to end up on the podium. I was 7th coming to the green flag, and I just kind of threw it in there going into one and made it stick. I was a little surprised, but it worked out.
And I would imagine just from what we were watching up here in the booth, seems like staying out of trouble was goal number one for you guys, especially coming from row 7.
Yeah, there was a lot of incidents, especially early. We had a good run there in the middle, and there was a lot of good racing going on. It wasn't too bad. The last couple of incidents didn't mess us up too bad. It was just took a little bit to get in the groove.
Where'd you make all your moves? Were you down low or were you sweeping the outside?
It was really about setting guys up. I like to run high. I was a little quicker up there, but if I could get a guy to move up, I could kind of throw a slider in there, or at least a half slider, and get down underneath them coming out of the corner.
Yeah, I would imagine with the late models, it's tough to do the full slider, right? Because there just might not be enough room, right?
Yeah, you've really got to be beside them going into the corner, and you really got to throw it in. And if there's much grip up there, it's still not going to work. So I had to wait till late in the race to be able to do that.
Any thank yous you'd like to say, Preston?
Yeah, absolutely. Kreitz Oval Track Parts, Galen's Popcorn. Go over to galenshomegrownpopcorn.com. Use code C2C. Get 10% off your order.
Nice.
Toronto Tickets, Malcolm Mills, and the whole crew over at Coast to Coast Kreitz Racing. Really appreciate those guys, and they were giving me a pretty hard time coming in here. So,
well, at least we know what Preston's having for a snack after the race. He's having some popcorn. Congratulations on a third place.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Like you said, man, definitely the man going to have some awesome snacks there because he did an outstanding job tonight pulling it off here in second. Well, this guy, I tell you, what a season, what a night. Steve Shaw, Dwight in the booth, got a copy?
I have a copy.
Well, you finished second, but the most important part about that, I know you would have loved to have pulled off the victory here tonight to cap off the season finale here for the Bandit Series, who are the Osweekend Stream team, but you are the champ. How does that sound?
It's pretty good. I got to thank Roger, GForce, you guys for streaming every week. It's pretty unreal to win a championship and not win a single feature race. Just consistent top 5s, top 3s, podiums. They all added up.
I've always said in the past, and like I said, a lot of people give me a hard time when I come over here to the dirt side and I reference some of the asphalt things. But the number one thing that I always used to say was consistency wins championships. It's always great to win races because that's every mentality of a racer, to come out here and try to win as much as you can. But that consistency right there brought you home the ultimate prize at the end of the day, and that's the championship. And Steve, you did it here for the season for the Bandits. I mean, all season long, you proved that you had a car that ran up front. And again, I know you would love to win some, but hey, pulling off a championship the way you did, coming out here, what's it going to be like maybe coming next season or for any of the other series that you run in?
Pretty much the same thing. You just got to avoid the wrecks. Try to get 0 X's in all your races because you do get bonus points for not being involved in wrecks. And honestly, I think that's where I might have got a bit of an edge in some of the races. So.
There you go. I mean, champions mentality, definitely come out here, run clean, keep your clean, stay out of trouble, run consistent. You gotta love it. That's just all formula. And folks, look at it right there again. Always love winning races, but you put together an awesome formula to be a champ. You pulled it off here for the Bandits. You got anybody you want to thank for coming home second and winning this title?
I gotta thank you guys for streaming. Roger, I know Roger gets some slack sometimes, but he's running a ton of leagues out of this and does a really good job of it. And I thank GForce TV for allowing us to host these all the time too. So it's pretty good. Thanks, guys.
Hey, well, I tell you what, you talk about old Roger there, and most of the drivers out there, and I know Preston too. Is y'all probably trying to give him even more gray hair. So hats off to you, hats off to you guys, man. What?
It's all gray now, Joe.
all the more, but it's been a fantastic season here. Pulling it off for the Bandits. Roger, I tell you, man, Steve put together the formula of how to make a championship run.
Yeah, a good consistent run all season long, and yeah, he rose to the occasion, and just congratulations. It was a great victory, and I think you're in the running for the next division too, aren't you, Steve?
I think I'm a little far back to make any headway, but let's see if we get a W on the night. I'll top everything off on it.
Congratulations, buddy.
All right, thank you very much.
There we go, Steve Shaw, champ here at the Bandit Series, and I tell you what, that caps off the season for us here for the Oswegan Stream team. Got to give a shout out to all our other sponsors out there: A&J, B-Fins, iRacing League Manager, Oswegan, obviously GForce TV, GForce Racing League. I know I'm probably missing a few others, but man, there's just so many out there that have been so great to pull this series off here tonight. Well, we got one more, folks. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We will be right back as we have got the Bruisers here tonight, Street Stocks, and we're going to crown another champion here. So we'll be right back after this.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV.
All right, good evening, folks, and we're back here. Well, this time we got the Bruisers and we got the Street Stock season finale here tonight. Washouican Stream Team, and I got to give a shout out to the Washouican Stream Team, Washouican Speedway up there, and I love their little truck that they got with the graphics and all on it too. I've seen of it, but I got to give a good shout out to those guys all season long, doing the sponsor here for the GForce Racing League and all that they do. I know throughout the pandemic stuff, it's been rough up there and everywhere. So, but this is it. Heat Race 1, A&J Custom Creations Heat Race 1. It is about to get interesting, and we're going to crown a champ. We crowned one this past here at the Bandit Series with the super late models, but Doug, A&J Custom Creations, they do outstanding work.
They're sponsoring Heat 1 of 3 tonight. They specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce, and boy, did they do a great job for our Monday series. Contact A&J Custom Creations to order yours today. 8 laps, top 4 get in here at the half mile at Eldora.
Absolutely. What's up, Cameron? How you doing out there? Especially out there in LW. How are you? Turn TV. Welcome everybody there on GForce TV on YouTube. Like I say, check us out on OSR Network on Facebook. Hey, hit those likes and shares out there too. Everybody, man, in the league would appreciate it. We're getting set to go green flag. Rob Shaw's out front along with GJ Boydell. You got John Hine. I always say he's got that cruiseship.com machine there. Eric Dorsey's going to be up there with him. Want to be a good one as the pace truck rolls around, drops off on pit road. Rob Shaw up front and company drops the hammer. We're loud and proud and racing.
Boy, a tough start on the bottom for Boydell. I don't know if he missed the start there or if Shaw was just on it a little bit better, but allows Shaw to pull out to a big lead here as Hine around the outside for second.
And what you notice about these cars, not as fast paced as what those super late models, a lot heavier machine, more of a stock car with wheels out there on the dirt. You see them trying to throw a slider. Battles on for fourth. Remember, that's the last transfer spot to get into the feature. You got Clinton Nichols, Alex, GJ Boydell, 3 wide, almost put it up into the side quarter panel.
3 guys going for 2 spots right there in third, fourth, and fifth, and then you've got a lot of folks back behind them as well. Yeah, but you're right. We're coming from the late models and watching these cars go around the racetrack, don't lead as much. They're a little tougher to drive. You got to be a little bit better with the right foot as we're watching the battle for the last qualifying spot.
And these guys would love to get this track a lot more slicker. That means these cars rotate better and get them sideways a lot better. So if you got a tighter racetrack, like I say, a little harder to get them sliding in. And unfortunately, folks, I always say, Roger Craig is already wrecked out.
And we didn't even say his name this time. So
I know.
Second place in the wall, up high, diving right back to the bottom is Rob Shaw as he is in second place. And you're right, they're so much tighter than the late models. I would imagine it has to be tough for these guys who ran the late model race back before in the Bandits to go to these. What an adjustment they have to make.
Oh, man, I tell you, Rob Shaw's around. Actually, John Hine and Rob Shaw was around. And I'll tell you what, that actually probably transpired from earlier. You saw John Hine get up there. I always call it the boat machine. Now it looks like a sideways crab. That car is all out of shape. But, man, I tell you, that puts us back to the fourth place spot. Pat Davis is around. He was sitting in fourth. Now Jeffrey Barker hangs on the fourth. It is crazy going on the track.
It sure is. There was a lot of heavy contact out front. Pomerleau is at the lead. Dorsey in second. Nichols third. Davis, like you said, now in fourth position as we've got just 2 laps to go.
Yeah, already heating up our Heat Race 1 here for the NJ Custom Creations for the old bruisers here, and a lot of bruising going on. Eric Dorsey sitting in second. Clint Nichols there in third. Jeffrey Barker hanging on to fourth. Pat Davis trying to see if he can't climb back up in there. But Rob Shaw, John Hine, early on was up front, and what I was about to say on that one, John threw a slider on the inside, put Rob almost up to the wall. When they made contact, I think, man, Rob just tried to come back down to another slider, and them two just collected each other. Unfortunately, they might have to run themselves the hard way around. As Alex out of 4, he's going to win Heat Race 1.
Dorsey comes home in second. Clinton Nichols gets third, and our winner from earlier in the Bandits, Jeffrey Barker, picks up the spot, the final qualifying spot.
Cameron, I can't change the names. That is obviously due to iRacing, and it's whatever name that you actually have in iRacing. I know you're saying you're driving the 128 car, so there's really no way that I can change any of the names. That's iRacing dictated, so apologize on that one. Now, you might be able to get with the league, and they might be able to be a way to change it up, but not 100% sure. So that puts us into Heat Race number 2 here. That would be B-Fins. iRacing Paints and Graphics, Heat Race number 2.
B-Fins, that's what they do. They make stuff look good, whether you have custom t-shirts you need or a great racing wrap. One where it's for you, and it's drivers who runs with us who runs that as well. Thanks to B-Fins.
I apologize right there. Sometimes Discord, man, decides it wants to eagerly cut in and out every once. It's just some things we can't control. Internet, Mother Nature, technical stuff. There's a lot
of weather out there too, Joe. You know that? There's a lot of weather out there that things have to go through. So I'm sure that's playing a small part in this too.
And I got to give a shout out real quick before we get started here, Green. Want to put our thoughts and prayers to all the folks down there in Louisiana, Texas area there who is in the the path of those hurricanes, and I know they're dealing with a lot, might be some of our drivers here actually down in that area. Now, I'm up in NC, and I know we'll probably get hit with some a little bit of weather by the time this weekend rolls around, but nothing what they are. So again, got to give our thoughts and prayers out down there to all those folks and that's going through the storm. Massive one down there, and so definitely keep safe and everything. But hey, if you're able to, like I say, watch this great racing that's going on, because about said here for Heat Race 2, and Preston Cranmer up front, Troy Stewart there, Ryan Beagle, and Steve Shaw. It's going to round the top 4 right now. Remember, the top 4 go on to the feature.
Nicholas Vickery, Joe Backus, Cody Castleman, Jason Ferguson, and Chris Whipple round out the qualifiers. Keep in mind the Beagle is the point leader. He has an 88-point lead on Kyle Parker, so as long as he gets to the feature and gets a start, he should be the champion.
And that's going to be very important. It says green flag flies, and right now Preston Cranmer falls out there, so you got to look. Can Beagle maintain? Now, even though if he does not jump straight to the feature, he's still got that shot there, but they're 3 wide right around about the 3rd and 4th place spot. So, Ryan's going to try to do everything he can to make it to the feature the easy route.
And just like we saw the last race with Jeffrey Parker, once he got out front, Ryan Beagle's all on the bottom here. Like we were talking about, the track's clean to the high side. All the wrecks tend to go up that way. It looks like Beagle just wants to stay low, stay out of trouble, get qualified, and get what he gets in the feature later on.
He's down low right there running the bottom side curve. I still think, though, that middle high lane is the place to be right now. Ryan's in the mix. You got him 3 wide for second.
And Backus and Stewart get together as they race for second. Beagle likes that, so now he's up to position number 3. This is one of those deals, Joe, we talk about too. The driver's almost racing the track. He's trying to run the same line every time. He doesn't care what anybody else is doing. I'm here, and that's all there is to it. Racing the track right now in 3rd.
And it's paying dividends. He's up in the 3rd right now. Troy Stewart hanging on the 4th. Behind him, though, they are slamming and bamming each other. Steve Shaw, Nicholas, they were back there trading some paint.
Yeah, they're trying to get in. They're on the outside. I can see Shaw trying to make a move on the bottom here for 4th place, as the top 3 are now single file up front. And we were wondering about the line Beagle, and he actually came up the track a little bit that time, but he's at 4th and in danger, or 3rd, excuse me, and in danger of having those guys behind him reel him in.
And the biggest thing, you got Joe Back is going to try that outside on Cranmer, see what he's going to get done. Is Ryan Beagle going to press the issue and try to take the win, or is he content to say, okay, I'm in the feature right now, hanging on the 3rd? We'll just have to see. Battles on for the lead. Backus is up top, down that cushion, down low. Preston, they'll still go side by side. Yes, he does. Good move.
Yeah, and I think as far as Beagle's concerned, I think he might be watching the rear view more than what he's watching in front of him. So if he sees a couple people gaining on him, well, then it's time to go. But he might be driving about 95% right now, just trying to make sure he gets qualified and does not do any damage to that car.
Well, he's sitting in 3rd. He's got 1 position safe, but he's got to watch. Like you said, don't want to get up there, tag, slide it around, then you end up with Steve Shaw coming right up under him like he's trying. You also got Nicholas Vickery right there, so close. White flag one more time around here for the B-Fins, heat race number 2.
And it's been a smooth run for Joe Backus, too. He's run the outside, which is not easy to do in these street stock. Cranmer's still second. And one of the things I like about Beagle's paint scheme there, it's got the old Rally Sport paint scheme on it with the stripe like that. They did a lot of striping things in the 70s, Joe.
Ah, good deal. Well, there you go. Out front, Joe Backus wins it. And old Ryan Beagle's going to hit the feature along with Steve Shaw taking that 4th place. And, yeah, it's amazing that, paint jobs, that's the biggest thing here as we grid up our heat race number 3. That would be iRacing League Manager heat race number 3 here. Is, like you said, I love the paint jobs and sponsors a lot of these guys put out here, because a lot of them have their own real sponsors. Some of them use kind of generic sponsors out there of every day, but a lot of them have real ones out here. And
yeah, they do.
Just to name a real one, this one here, iRacing League Manager, heat race number 3. So iRacing League Manager, there you go.
If you run or manage an iRacing League, let iRacing League Manager make it easier for you. And you guys are doing this, know that it is not easy. Go to IRLM. That's IRLM.com for more information.
Out front, Jordan Hill. Name I haven't, well, actually, never mind. That would be Cameron Thompson. It's Jordan Hill, and I noticed I didn't recognize that name because I have not seen that name. And I just noticed out here, I don't know if again, you know, I like looking at the chat out there and communicate with a lot. So over there on the chat, that was Cameron earlier talking about he's driving the 128 machine, which is Jordan Hill. Now we know who the Cameron is out front, but we'll still go by Jordan because what we got on this.
And
use everybody.
Willie Howell's outside of him. In row 2, Kyle Parker is second in the points, but he might just be trying to hold on to that position now as he is just 15 ahead of Steve Shaw. Blake Doyle, Andrew Smith, Tom Taylor, Anthony Scott, KS Kokarek, and LW Wise out there in the 007.
Well, LW said he has something on his car. Need to see.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Yep, right down the back deck lid. I appreciate it. I don't ever ask guys to do that, but I do appreciate the notion of it. Thanks, sir.
I can't read it from what I'm looking at. What's it say on there?
It's my logo.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I appreciate it. I don't ever ask the drivers to do it or anything like that, but I really appreciate it. Like I said, a lot of them do have the GForce out there, but yeah, he's running one of the logos of the OSR network, OSRN. So green flag, old Willie out there hanging on. Jordan Hill's trying to see if he can't make trouble for him up front, 3 wide for the lead.
And we got somebody down on the bottom trying to make it work as Blake Doyle is down there in the 7 trying to make that car work, use the same line that we saw our heat winner use back in the last qualifier.
And Kyle's going to take that high line. I tell you what, we're already seeing that high line work out dividends and pay out huge here tonight. A lot of guys using a power move, and here comes Tom Taylor to the outside of Blake to try to take away the 4th place. So Blake might want to think about traveling from that middle bottom up there to the top, because right now it's just not working out.
He's keeping the spot. He was, of course, Blake was actually scored in position number 4 on that lap, but it sure looks like Tom's going to be able to get him here as the top 3 are single file. This is the race for the last qualifying spot.
And what you're seeing right there is you see Blake squeeze into the middle there. He was trying, I think, to get up high. The problem is Tom just was on the outside. They was just touching fenders. Now you're seeing classic Eldora here. Everybody up there on the cushion. And I feel like that's going to be the norm unless this track changes or somebody does that right there. Tom does in 4th, 5th. Slam the outside wall, but man, look at this battle going on for the top 3. Well, you got Kyle Parker all over the back tail bumper right there, Jordan Hill.
And they look like they're content to stay in those spots right now to some degree. And again, it's tough to pull a lane down and make a spot on somebody who is running up there on the wall. But Blake Doyle, ever since he moved up, he's put some distance between himself and 5th place running Tom Taylor.
You know, and you talk about that right there, Kyle Parker. Yeah, he looks like he might be a tad faster than what Jordan and those guys up there. But problem is, if he travels down there to the middle bottom, he can lose so much momentum and end up falling all the way back and be out of here. So it's better safe than sorry here to make it into that feature, even though you might say, hey, look, I've got a faster car. Now, if this was the feature, different subject there. But it looks like Jordan's going to try it on the last lap. But just like what I said, look to the inside, and that car's just not going to get it done.
Protecting a little bit is Howells, who did not run as high as Hill and Parker did. Checkered flag waving. It's going to be Howells, Hill, Parker, and Doyle, your 4 qualifiers.
And a perfect example of what I said right there. Jordan tried on the inside, but that car just would not make the pass, and I think that's going to be the norm all night long. But that brings us up to our B main here. Toronto Tickets B main, and folks, like I've said in the past, don't let the name fool you. Toronto Tickets.
Toronto and North America's ticketing choice for major concerts, show, and sporting events. Pretty much everything that's out there when you get right down to it. Remember, Toronto Tickets, this is the best thing about them, guys. They do not charge additional fees, so you actually pay the price that is on the ticket. Fee-free tickets from Toronto Tickets.
Well, this is what we got to look at, too, as we look at the grid and order out here. 17, actually, it's going to be 16 machines out here. I go back to my calculations again. Now, if it's only 20 to our feature, there's only going to be 8 here tonight that's going to go. That is a lot. But if it's 24, it's 12. So you still got a massive massive amount of cars that are going to miss the show. So, first off, let's look at the fact of the top 8. The top 8 here, you will have guys like LWI's Chris Whipple, you're going to have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 machines that will go home if it's the top 8. If it's 12, you're still looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 that will go home, and you've got some names back there that can happen. But again, you never know what happens up front either. You know, these guys could get in a wreck, end up being out of the top. So we'll just wait and see if one of the guys from the league flashes up to us, whether we're looking at 8 or we're looking at 12. Kind of either or there.
The board says 8, so we'll see if that's
so that means they're going to 20, and that means they're going to be 20 in the feature. So I'm gonna go with what you just said, top 8. But boy, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting on who makes that top 8.
And the big thing you got to do if you're sitting back there in 12th, 13th, is you can't go bonsai here on the first lap, because all it takes is the guys in the second or third row to get together, block the track, you sneak by the bottom, pick up 7 spots, you're in. So patience, aggressive patience. How's that?
Absolutely, and already up front side by side. But let's go to the mid-pack around about that 8th place spot. Rob Shaw, Troy Stewart right there. They are 3 wide back in the back. Troy Stewart right there hangs on to it. Here comes LWIs to the inside, and they are just back there trying to do everything they can. Got a car around in the wall. That's Chris Whipple.
Tough break for Whipple. That'll put him at. He was one of those drivers who needed to make up some spots. Got another couple of cars together on the bottom. As out front, they're starting to get up towards that wall and get a little single file.
Man, I tell you what, LWI's right there crashing into the wall, so a couple cars already out of this one trying to get up there. You've got the man sitting, Andrew Smith, hanging on to the 8th place. Right now he's got a little bit of a cushion between him and the 9th place man of Rob Shaw, who would like to close the gap. The problem is you've got GJ Bordell trying to hang on to that car. It is all over the place. Andrew doesn't want to get up there and slap that wall because it won't take much for old Rob Shaw to close in and take that spot away.
Yeah, that's just it. He's in the mix here. He's got a little, and he just gained another position right there, so now he's got a little bit of a cushion there. But yeah, things are real tight back behind him. I love that one car down in the bottom. Remember some of those old NASCAR rides? They'd be out there without any fenders on them. Looks kind of cool.
Modifieds.
Yeah.
That's the modifieds out there, and that's what he looked like. Turned it from a street stock to a modified down there, unfortunately. But boy, it's heating up for the 8th place. GJ Bordell has fallen back to the 8th place. He's got Rob Shaw chewing that back bumper off right now, trying to see if he can't get around him.
Yeah, Shaw's going to take a look to the inside. He's in the 519. See if it'll contact there. Oh, they're going to go around. They keep going, but this is the battle for the last spot in the feature.
Boy, I tell you what, went on board right there with Rob Shaw as he made that pass to see what he sees. Doesn't see much. All he sees is dirt particles all over his guys, making his visor all kind. And there we just saw him go around Rob Shaw and then just gets destroyed. And I don't know who in the world that other one was that got destroyed, but I love just seeing dead turtles on the track because that's what they look like with the little wheels hanging up in the sky. But
well, we talked about staying out of trouble and watching what's going on around you. Jason Ferguson just avoided that trouble in the 129, and he is now in that last transfer spot. So good job.
Ow. Yeah, and it puts GJ Bordell outside looking in, about to go home if he doesn't get up there in the mix. Old Jason Ferguson, though, like I say, was out there in the back just riding around minding his own business. Next thing, the Red Seas parted. He's in 8th. Not over with yet, though. GJ could reel him in.
Well, this is one of those things where we talked about racing the track. That's what he has to do right now. Sure, he's got J.G. Boydell back behind him, but he cannot think about that right now. He just got to hit his marks, run the laps, put those blinders on, and get himself into the feature.
Well, I know he's looking at that back. We don't want to forget about the guy up here that's leading it, Nicholas Victory, who has been outstanding out front.
Yes.
John Hine right there as he takes the white flag here for the Toronto tickets. B main tonight for the season finale here for the Oswegan Stream Team Bruisers as old John's hanging on. So let's see, does Jason able to hang on, because it looks like Nicholas is going to win this one. Does GJ have enough to pull it off in the last turns?
Sure,
Jason's
looks
coming
like
out of the turns. Yep. He's going to qualify it in, and GJ Boydell is unfortunately going to go home here tonight along with LWI's Rob Shaw, Chris Whipple, John Rayner, Roger Craig, Cody Castleman, and Anthony Scott, all going out of it here tonight. So, well, I tell you, about to heat up here in the features. Well, Doug, I tell you, we're going to step away for a few. We'll be right back to the anthems here, and folks, don't go anywhere.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, welcome back, dirt fans, and I tell you, here we go. It is the feature here tonight, and that brings us up to the Strickland GMC feature for the season finale. The Ashweekend Stream Team Bruisers gonna crown us a champ here tonight. As tell you, Strickland GMC been an outstanding sponsor here of this series all season long.
Yes, they have. Be sure to check them out there in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Go where the winners go. And the people who don't even win, they still go there too. See Rick Scott, he's up there at Strickland's. He'll show he'll show you the new line. Go through any of the used stuff they might have. They'll take good care of you. Make sure you mention the Bruiser Street Stock League.
Huge field to start this one. 20 cars. Bring up the grid here. It's and they got the fireworks already.
I like the virtual pyrotechnics. That's nice. The other day, I wasn't expecting that. It was like my first or second race, and the camera angle I had selected, it was like, wow, one of the cars is on fire down there. How the heck did that happen? You know, and so I was like, I didn't know they could do that.
I know I was talking to some of them here, you know, they were talking about it at the start of it. They heard that, and they actually jumped because they had their stuff so loud, their headphones and stuff so loud in the car. And it was right beside them, and next thing they knew, they jumped up and like, what in the world was that, you know? Just said.
Well, they had a race up here at Weedsport a few years ago. They did pyrotechnics on the start. Only problem was they didn't tell the drivers. So a lot of them came out of forward. They were like, what the heck is going on?
That's crazy. Crazy. But hey, that's what makes excitement here on the dirt track, and it's about to be exciting. Here's the season finale of the street stocks here tonight. Strickland GMC, the Ashweekend Stream Team, Thursday night, man. Guys, here, it's going to be good here for the Bruiser Series. We're going to crown a champ out here tonight. As a man out front, though, is Joe Backus and company. Alex up there, green flag flies. We're racing.
Can't miss Alex. That car, you cannot miss that thing out there. And by the way, our eventual champion is starting in 8th. That's Ryan Beagle. We'll see how aggressive he is here. Because, like I said, the championship's already wrapped up. So does he go for it, just have some fun, or lay back? We're going to find out.
Well, the one thing about it is in the middle pack there were Preston Cranmore and Clinton, and never mind, he is blinking in and out, but his meet in the middle of a sandwich right there. They were 3 wide for the moment, still 3 and 4 wide for almost 4th and 5th place. Boy, I tell you what, these guys are definitely putting a show on for the final.
Pomerleau got a little loose that time. That's Alex at the 397. That allowed Joe Backus to get a run on the outside. Willie Howells right there in the 19 as well. And we can see the 07 of Kramer taking that extreme bottom. And around goes the 19 of Howells.
And Kramer slams and crams the wall there, so to speak. And caution is out. Troy Stewart, we watched that one kind of live. Kyle Parker involved. Andrew Smith involved on that one. But a little tagging going on up front, and that type of caution is still out front. Joe Backus. Alex hangs on to 2nd. See if anybody can regroup. Again, you're talking about Ryan Beagle. He's hanging on to 8th.
And that's going to be just fine for him. Came into tonight with an 88-point lead. The most you can get is 90. You get 75 for a win. You can get 5 bonus each for being incident-free, being the hard charger, or running the fastest lap. So 90 points total. 88's the margin. Well, he's going to get something for finishing, so he's going to be your champ.
Yeah, there you go. Backus up front. Looks like we might go single file here on the restart. Alex is going to hang on to 2nd for the moment. Eric Dorsey there in 3rd. Jordan Hill 4th, and Clinton Nichols rounds out the top 5. I'll tell you, it has been a very, very exciting night here of racing, from the heats all the way to the B mains here, and even at the first one there at the Bandit Series with the super late models. Those guys were out there just thrashing and tearing up a lot of sheet metal on the virtual world, and it's kind of came over here to the street stock side of things.
It's still early. You know, usually once they get sorted out a little bit, that kind of stuff will settle down just a little bit. You see Backus right up there on the pace truck. I think he's ready to go. We'll keep our eyes on this start. Pomerleau's been strong. Dorsey and Hill sitting 3rd and 4th as they'll go double file here. There will be 6 laps complete when we come around and get the green.
2x2 all the way back. Looking good. Joe Backus up front there with Alex sitting in 2nd. Eric Dorsey there in 3rd. Pace truck moves off that hard right turn there, or left turn on a pit road, and we're back. Green flag out front. Joe Backus says, I got to get out of town, but they're 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, it was Dorsey tried to follow him right through. Little contact as he tries to make the move on the bottom. Jordan Hill right there, 3 wide for a moment. We got somebody digging down on the inside. That's Clinton Nichols in the 43.
Yeah, it is. That 43 machine's been down there against that wall all night long and already tagging back there around Steve Shaw and Alex. Those two guys, man, are just trading a little bit of paint. On the inside and the outside, you've got Jordan Hill, Blake Dahl there. They're knocking fenders around. Ryan Beagle, he's trying to see if he can't bark to the front, but for the moment, he's kind of stuck back in 10th.
Yeah, he lost a couple of spots on that restart there as he sits just inside the top 10. John Hine and Kokarik are right there with him as they try to make their way up. We're watching the leaders. Backus still has that top spot. I'm watching Eric Dorsey. He's doing that race the racetrack thing as the yellow comes out, and he almost had the lead that time.
Huge one in the back there. John Hine was involved with it. You've also got Andrew Smith, Troy Stewart was there, and Pat Davis watched it transpiring there kind of live. A lot of these guys are starting to make these things look like mad bulldogs. The front ends are all pushed in there. And, I tell you, a lot of crumpled fenders. That's the one thing about dirt racing. If you don't mess up the motor, if you don't mess up the suspension too bad or anything, you could possibly get away with a little bit of fender, or sheet metal. Because essentially a lot of the dirt tracks are, well, they're short tracks.
Well, and like the sprints, I mean, they're all about the air, let's be honest. Late models, not as much, but still very air dependent. Where these street stocks, you can knock these panels off and everything, and you're not going to see a huge drop off in the lap times.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and you can kind of associate over there, like we talked about on the NASCAR side of stuff. Short tracks, really, you can get away with a little bit of fenders, but you go to a big track, 1.5 mile, 2 mile style track, you knock a fender or bend a fender on it.
Yeah.
It's so aero dependent. It's so dependent on draft and so forth. That car's just going to be like a brick wall. Just kind of stop. So here on the dirt side, and unless it just really hurts that suspension, hurts the thing. The problem is a lot of times it does hurt the suspension because they slap the wall so hard.
Right. Bend a ball joint, something like that, throw the toe in off. And a lot of times, too, about the only big tracks that the air doesn't seem to matter. I've seen guys with wrecked cars at Daytona in the pack, they're fine. But as soon as they pull out a line or get to the lead, well, then they're done.
Well, you're absolutely, and that's just all, about science and how physics of the air is. If he's tucked up right behind and he has nose damage, he's very good because the air is going to go flying up the side and over the car instead of there. As soon as he goes out, though, like you said, that thing hits a brick wall. Green flag flies. Joe Backus out front, right behind him. Eric Dorsey and company, they're 4 wide trying for the lead.
Now, I'm watching Nichols here again because I'm always a bottom feeder when I was out there myself, so I like the guys getting down low and running that line. He was just about ready to get by Backus right when the caution came out. I'm curious if he's going to just pick right up where he left off, so it kind of looks that way right now.
Absolutely. Clinton Nichols, now he travels up to the middle of the lane, but I'm just wondering how long it's going to be till he travels up to that high line and realizes, hey, look, maybe that might be the fast way around, but he's making that low line work slide job. He gets up in front of Backus. No, crisscross move up underneath, 3 wide for the lead.
And Preston Kramer watched him do that. Got in the back of the 46 just a little bit. And I don't know if he's warping out there or what, but he did get a little bit into him there. And but right out front, Joe Backus. And I'm kind of curious to see if he's – look, Clinton Nichols says, I'm going to use the same line you used here. And, boy, it's a good race out front.
Backus right there, man, definitely is not trying to live up to his last name. And he's not backing that thing up, going full speed forward with it. He's up top on the cushion there. Steve Shaw's along with it. Preston Kramer's back there trading paint with Ryan Beagle. Beagle saying, look, if you don't watch it, Kramer, I'm going to bite you. They get contact for the lead.
They both got recovered again. Backus got the lead on that lap, but wow, I thought for sure we were going to see a big one there.
I had to laugh there a minute because as soon as they did that, Steve Shaw went up there and almost climbed the wall with the car. They're 3 wide again in the middle. I tell you, he's made it work with the rat fink up there with them big bug eyes. He's up front with Steve Shaw. What a race here in this feature.
And Backus right back down on the bottom again. Nichols in at 43 back to the bottom, and now Backus as well. This is the fun thing about Eldora. Yeah, the top is usually the fast, but sometimes you can make up a lot of ground doing exactly what they're doing right now. And good move there by Backus holding off, because that would have been some contact.
And you see Ryan Beagle now trying to climb that wall up there. Just looks like the car just gets up there and he gets a little happy. Oh, he runs in the back end there, Joe Backus, and for a moment, these guys are doing everything they can to hang on to it. Steve Shaw's got the lead. Down low comes Clinton Nichols. He went back down to that low line that has worked for him earlier. Although up top, he's got a freight train of cars. Eric Dorsey, Blake Doyle and company.
And this could be big for Steve Shaw, because he's in his own battle here. He's third in the points. He's 15 behind Kyle Parker, and he is currently 5 spots ahead of him. So that is the battle for second in the points right there, as Beagle's now made his way up to third.
Beagle right there, man, definitely rumbling to the front. He's up to third. Right behind him, they're 3 wide. Preston Cranmer falls all the way back in the clutches of Blake Doyle and Kyle Parker. Kyle moves it up into 7th. So everybody's kind of getting spread out here.
Looking at that battle for second, Beagle going down on the inside, taking a page from Clinton Nichols' book there. Doesn't work. He's still in third. Now Nichols is going to try to get back, Backus is back down on the inside of him. So that's exactly what the leader wants to see, although he had a little glimpse of the inside that time from the 46 of Backus.
Oh, right there. Huge slide job by Joe Backus. The problem is it slowed up Ryan Beagle. He got a little wiggly, went sideways, fell all the way back to 6. Cranmer's around. It's a big one in the back. Yellow flag's out.
Boy, that's tough for these guys out front, because they were really having a good race out there. Very entertaining battle. And one thing I got to say, Joe, and I'm surprised, is that you can bang off the wall and not really lose that much ground.
Absolutely, unless it kind of turns you sideways. I mean, it would be the only way, but you're right. We're seeing those guys get up there and just destroy that outside wall there. And, we've seen a lot of clanging and banging going on this track. Gotta love it. Steve Shaw, man, out front. Clinton Nichols there in second. Joe Backus has been up there. And Ryan Beagle, well, it'd be interesting to see what he does on these final laps. Is he going to just all out, try to go to the front? It looked like he did earlier. Maybe he understands, hey, look, got really nothing to lose here, with the championship and all. Why not try to get the top 3 and maybe win this thing?
Well, Steve Shaw, remember we talked about the race within a race here. He went from 11th to 1st. He's in 1st right now. Kyle Parker's in 7th. They are 15 points apart. Guess how much the points difference is between 1st to 7th? 15 points.
Ah, crazy. I tell you. Wow.
That's fun. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Well, right now, you got Steve Shaw, Clinton Nichols, Blake Doyle, Joe Backus there in company up front. Everybody going to go 2 by 2 by 2. As the pace truck's pulling them around one more time here, and not quite a green-white checkered. We're going to have about 5 to go in this one. So essentially, we still could just end this one under green, but closer we get, it's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting, because once they come back around and get the green, they'll be on lap 27. So that'll be 27, 28, 29, 30. So just 4 laps left to go in this one. Don't count out Clinton Nichols. He's been there the whole time. Joe Backus has run some real good lines, but Steve Shaw looking to maybe move up to second and finish out his season in this division with the win.
Yes, it is, and that's always a beautiful thing. Green flag flies, he gets to jump out front. Yes, it does, and behind him, Joe Backus and Clinton Nichols there.
Good start, like we said, for Shaw. We can see the 46 of Backus working down on the inside. They're side by side for the 2 spot. Nichols is going to take a peek down low, and so is the 08 of Eric Dorsey. Oh, big contact, and the benefactor there, I think, might be the 80 or the 7 of Doyle. Yellow is out.
Eric Dorsey around. He could not get that thing straightened back up. Just spun it around. Single car wreck right there. We saw it up front. Joe Backus, one of the huge losers on that one. Back to 6th. Ryan Beagle, though, one of the winners, back up to 3rd there. We was talking about it earlier. Sometimes that Red Sea parts, or they open up the door and you just kind of run right through it.
Now they're showing yellow, but they're still racing out there right now. So, now they're just catching up to the car. Okay, it's green, white checker. So I was confused for a second. I was watching them, and hey, if you're Steve Shaw and you're leading and the pace truck's out there, might as well keep those tires hot and try a different line when you get the chance.
And a lot of times on a shorter style track like this, they might be so far out front of the pace car that they'll either have to stop and let the pace truck catch up to them, or sometimes a pace truck might get so far in front of them, they might have to run it back down. That's what we see out there. So, well, there's going to be
one of the old racer
like
tricks.
What's that?
Well, I'm sorry, Joe. One of the old racer tricks is, like, if a yellow comes out, and let's say you've been running the bottom the whole time, while you got that one time to dive into 1 and 2 hard, you go the outside, you know, or at the end of a race, you run a different line. So I could see how they could use that opportunity there with a little bit of extra time under yellow to maybe try something they weren't doing before.
Yeah, absolutely. So getting set here, like you said, essentially going to be a green-white checkered here to set off the season finale here for these guys for the Bruiser Series. That's Weekend Stream team here in the street stocks. And it's been a great series so far for the GForce Racing League. I appreciate all these drivers and everyone out there, man, watching as Ryan Beagle, we know, you know, mathematically pretty much going to walk out of here, but the battle's on for second points. And right now, I would say, if I'm mistaken, Steve Shaw's holding on to that.
Well, right now, Parker actually moved up to 6, so I think that would give him 2 points there, a 2-point advantage, because they were even if he was 7th. So I'm sure Kyle Parker would like to get a couple more spots here and make the math a little easier.
Well, let's see what happens as though Steve Shaw gets a jump out front. They're battling 2x2 behind him. Kyle Parker moves it up into 5th. That's what he'd love, but they're 3 wide behind in front of him.
And Ryan Beagle down racing the track on the extreme inside, watching the 46 of Backus as he gets into the back of the 43 of Nichols. 1 lap to go.
Kyle Parker, man, up into 5th. And like I said, doesn't matter. White flag flies. And wait a minute. They didn't get the white flag in time. Yellow's out. I was about to say if they would have got that white flag, and that was close too, because by my scoring, from my scoring, the white flag flew.
Well, is it the leader that takes the white? Once the leader takes the white, or is it a certain amount of cars that have to take the white?
Should be the leader.
Just
that
the
takes
leader?
The white.
Okay.
But again, you know, if it's anything like NASCAR, and I don't know how, like on the dirt track, they have what they call timing scores.
Yeah, they got loops around the track.
Loops around the track. So I'm not 100% sure. It's not just because he crosses the line and that. Now, obviously, we're on the virtual world. It could be different. But in real, I'm not sure if they might be something like that, because I know in NASCAR, a lot of people go, well, the caution came out there and the leader was so, well, it might be he didn't pass the timing there. We'll rewatch the replay here just for a second.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it looked like the yellow did come out.
It did, okay. Well, most dirt tracks, they go back to the last completed lap now.
Okay.
You know, because
and if they do that,
only 1 loop.
Then if they do that, then he obviously hadn't taken the lap. So if they're going back to the last completed lap, it would have been right before the white flag. So
and they have to do it where everybody completes the lap. So if like half the field gets through, they go back to the last lap that everybody went by. So
I like Dave out there's comment though. He says, come on, conspiracy."
Well, you know,
Green flag.
That's a computer world, so it might be a Bill Gates software thing. Who knows? Steve Shaw, all he knows is he's seeing a clean racetrack right now, and he's hoping that this stays clean. And look at Ryan Beagle down on the extreme inside.
Well, let's see. He comes out. White flag flies. Now it's going to be over with. They can kill each other all they want on the track. Ryan Beagle's down low in 3rd. He's going to hope he can stay there. Big battles going on around about 6th, 7th, and 8th as they're 3 wide.
And down to the bottom, see Steve Shaw, protect on the bottom. That's what you do at Eldora, and he is going to get the win.
Yes, it is. Old Ryan Beagle's going to hang on to 3rd, and you're going to actually see Blake Doyle come home there in 2nd, but Steve Shaw is going to be the man to pull this thing off here tonight. What a finish here to cap off the season and cap off a great race here at Eldora.
And unofficially, Kyle Parker ends up in 5th, and with Beagle just 2 spots ahead of him, that should keep him in the number 2 spot in the points, but we'll wait for official confirmation from Roger. Or
that
old
one's going to be the close.
You know what we call him? Old Roger?
Yeah. He got the. I said he's getting the gray hairs, but he came out and he said, I already got him there. So, but, he does a lot of work here in the series. Got to give my hats off to him there. So.
And how about Shaw and Doyle? They both started in the 6th row. Shaw started 11th and Doyle started 12th. So nice job getting to the front, guys.
Okay. LW out there is talking about yeah, iRacing unfortunately does timing loops, it looks like, and but in real dirt racing they go back to the previous lap if they hadn't taken the white flag. Well, I tell you what, let's bring up Blake Dole, second place man. Let's get a word with him. He's here.
Hello.
Blake, congratulations, 12th to 2nd. Good run tonight. Did you have anything for Steve Shaw?
I don't know if I had anything for him. He was pretty clean all night. We both, I believe, came from pretty far back, but it was an awesome run from both of us. Everybody drove clean. It was a really good race.
Saw a lot of people using the extreme bottom. You started on the outside. Did you stay there, or did you go look around on the inside to get a lot of those spots?
Yeah, man. The way the track surface was for me and for my setup, my driving style, it was all top of the track tonight. Couldn't go wrong up there. It was really fast on restarts. The first 2 laps after the green were pretty quick, and we were both able to pick up a bunch of spots. So it worked out really good, man.
I would imagine it'd be tough up there because if something happens, there's nowhere for you to go, right?
Yeah, if you're running up there, it's a thin line, man. It's the danger zone. If you're going to throw it up there, you better try to make it consistent because a lot could go wrong.
Any thank yous you'd like to throw out there, Blake?
Everybody at GForce Racing, all my guys at Trash Panda Mafia, they work with us every week trying to get these things faster and trying to make us faster. I want to thank everybody, man. My mom, my dad, can't thank anybody enough. It was an awesome run. I appreciate it.
What's the raccoon doing on the quarter panel? I'm curious.
That's us, man. Trash Panda Mafia, man.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's us. Trash Panda Mafia, the one and onlys. We got quite a big group, and we'll be more joining in here to race. This is awesome, the way you guys run it. I think I got about 12 of my guys trying to jump on the roster and get in here with it. Awesome racing for everybody in the league tonight.
Picked up 10 spots. Nice job, Blake.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, that's Blake Dole right there, coming home tonight here in second place. Well, I tell you what, let's go here to the man who pulled it off here tonight, old Steve Shaw here, winner of the race. And Doug, will let you.
Steve, nice job tonight. 11th to 1st. I was watching you a little bit there. You look like you were very patient yet a little aggressive at the beginning of the race. How'd you find that balance point, Steve?
Yeah, missed the wrecks. That was a big part of it. I just went to the bottom on the beginning because usually here everybody fights for the top, and they kind of stack each other up, so I was able to pick some guys off there. And then once I was able to get to the top, just put the right rear on the cushion and hammer down.
Yeah, I noticed once you got to the front, that's where you stayed. Is it as simple as the bottom is almost an easier way to protect not getting into trouble? Is that why I see a lot of guys doing that to get to the front?
Especially on the restarts, just because everybody wants the top, and these cars tend to push a lot. So usually someone slides into somebody going into turn 1, and that's where we get that big melee. So
see a lot of people bouncing off the wall once they get up front. How do you not do that?
It's hard. I even did it a few laps myself. You just gotta lift in these things. A lot of guys don't realize that. They think just because they're street stocks, you can hammer down all the way around. But you lift and you let the car set, you can get back on it on the cushion, and you get really good drive off.
Yeah, and obviously worlds apart from the late model in that aspect, right?
At a late model, you're always in the gas. You got to keep it up on the bars all the time to keep the traction so you can keep going forward.
Well, nice job. It was a pleasure watching you work tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks a lot, and I thank you guys. And just like the last time, thanks, Roger, for all your hard work. And thanks for Greg, because I heard he's the ones that sponsored the live stream for this stuff. So thank you.
Very nice. Good job.
Well, I tell you what, like I say, Steve Shaw right there, he's had a heck of a night here tonight so far. But this guy, Ryan Beagle, always love calling it the Beagle Mobile out there. But man, I tell you what, bringing home the championship. Ryan, join the boot guy.
Yep, I can hear you.
Well, I tell you what, which one's going to get the title, you or the Beagle?
I don't know. Maybe we can share.
Well, man, I tell you, you're the champ, and what a season it has been for you. You've been up front all night, all season long, and you're up there all night long too. Throughout this entire Bruiser series here for the street stocks. Take us through, what you was going through in that race. I mean, is there anything else you could have done to maybe pull the win off?
I don't know. You didn't have a whole lot of time to think, so we were. It felt like we were 3 wide for about 10 laps there. So you kind of just held your line and hope the guy in front of you didn't mess up, and you just wait till there's an opening.
How's it feel to be the champ right now and to know you pulled that off?
Yeah, it feels good that it feels good to win a championship. So in anything, so we'll take it, and hopefully there's a next season, and maybe we'll try to do it again.
Oh, man, I tell you what, like you said, it was awesome to watch out there because you've done an outstanding job all season long. Got anybody you want to thank, though, for the title and this awesome run for this season?
Yeah, I just want to thank Roger and everybody for taking a shot with the street stocks, and Craig and Shawinigan Speedway Stream Team for helping put the show on.
Absolutely. I tell you what, that was an outstanding performance all season, and you are the champ here in the Shawinigan Stream Team Bruiser Series here tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, Roger, man, these guys, they did an outstanding job, and this man here, Ryan Beagle, he did one too.
Big dog, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, we're all right.
Congratulations, man, and let's hope this transfers onto the track on Saturday night. Hopefully the rain will hold off, and you'll be able to put on a good outdoor show at Merrillville.
Yeah, hopefully we're chipping away at it every week, getting used to the place. So.
And a big shout out to Ryan and Stephen Goldner and John Hine. They're the guys that have been running the Thursday nights, and we could not do it without them. And of course, like Ryan said, Greg Boydell, he financed the whole broadcast of this season, and that was absolutely huge. And a big tip of the hat to Greg and all the winners here tonight, and especially Ryan. It's good to see Ryan. I'm always cheering for him at the stands at Ohsweken, so I guess I shouldn't show favoritism, but always love seeing a big dog come down on the low end and take all those guys.
Outstanding man season, outstanding run there. Ryan Beagle, the champ, pulling it off here for the Ohsweken Stream Team Bruiser Series, and what a season it was for all these drivers and all these guys here, and for the Ohsweken Stream Team, GForce Racing and all the great sponsors out there. Guys, I tell you, what a way to cap this one off.
It was, yeah, it's been a great season, and really enjoying the team that we've put together here for the broadcast. You guys have been doing an awesome job. Love listening to these, and I'll be replaying those tomorrow and listen to the whole broadcast because they're top notch.
Appreciate it there. I tell you what, Doug, well, what a season, what a race, and what a way to honor some champs here tonight. Any final thoughts on it?
Well, I thought it was nice to see drivers coming up from further back, the lines they were using out there. These street stocks really did put on quite a show. Yeah, we had some yellows, but boy, the racing out front was fantastic. And I got to thank you guys for welcoming me with open arms. I've had a ball working with you guys these past couple nights, and I can't wait to see what the future may hold for all of us in the virtual world.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, we're going to leave Eldora tonight here, and what a season it was. Until next time, everyone, have a good night.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight.